Hello guys, welcome back to another different tiers video. Today's video is gonna be about DF2 veteran players' experience and opinions on the game. So this is pretty much like some kind of a game talk show, and I'm gonna be doing it quite often. So this is our plans. I'm today with my guest Wiseman. So hello Wiseman.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, Jimmy?
Hello Wiseman, and we're glad to have you here. So we're gonna start with some questions. What do you think about the skills so far?
Well, skills are good except jog and sprint. They're too fast right now for end game players. So hopefully he scales that down on the next update. Also, sneak. The sneak visibility range needs a little bit of a nerf because looting right now is just pretty much it's like brain dead. You just loot, nothing happens to you. It's too OP.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I definitely think he should nerf some things and balance them out. I definitely think the with level 50 update that I hope we're not gonna be like faster than what we are right now, cause if it keeps going up, adding up, like we're gonna be like fucking airplanes, no joke, guys. So yeah, I definitely agree on that, and I have nothing to add. All right, so next thing I have to ask you is the next question. Sorry, is what do you think about items such as uniques, for example, endgame items?
Well, uniques, too many of them. Just too many of them. I think you should. Well, it's probably you can't remove the ones that already exist, but if he's gonna add more in level 50, I think he should only add like 2 per weapon, or maybe like 3 max. Because if he's gonna add like another 100 uniques, it's just gonna kill the economy even further. So I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I definitely agree and think that we have too many uniques, and when we got a uniques, you like kill the market quite a lot. I would say definitely agree on that, because the uniques doesn't feel special because we have like too many. I definitely think agree on that. Like we have over 200 uniques if I'm right. So like if we could have like 50 or 60 uniques in total, I think they will feel more like unique items. But then again, I understand why we have so many uniques because of a loot table. So if we could decrease the drop chance of uniques and when we will have less uniques, I think they'll work quite good in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the another thing. The next thing is looting. What do you think about looting in general, like from start to the end, like in general looting? What do you think about it?
I think in general, looting is good regarding the chances of getting stuff. I think it's balanced. What I think though is that the way we loot, especially for people that use sneak visibility range, like I said before about skills, that you should nerf visibility range because otherwise there's literally no danger in looting. You just sneak past everything and just loot and get out. It's that simple. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. And what I have to add, in my opinion, when it comes to looting like big buildings, example like the end game raid building level 30 or 25, depends in what area it is, but it's always level 30. Comer and Sun example, once you get into it and when you go into the big room, there's like it can happen to have only one loot spot, and in my opinion that's really bad if you think about it. Like only one loot spot in a room that's like super big. I think it should be guaranteed to have at least two. It should be guaranteed to have at least 2 spots and maximum 3 in my opinion. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. There's like small rooms with 2 looting spots and then giant rooms with 1. Yeah, there should be more looting spots for those kind of rooms for sure.
Right, so that's about the looting. Next thing we're gonna talk about is bossing. What do you think about bossing so far? Endgame bossing, what do you think about it?
Well, I think it's too repetitive, especially for tendrils and titans. All you have to do is just run. There's really no mechanic. Fingers is fine, he has his blind mechanic that's cool. Choir screams, have to avoid that. The mother, just annoying worms. But the Titan and the Tendril, there's really no mechanic. You just have to run. So I don't know. I feel like the next bosses should have good mechanics. Oh, the Speeder. The Speeder is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Really got nothing to say on that. I definitely agree on that, and I think bosses, like as you said, like example, Titan is just a bullet sponge. You just run away from him, and that's pretty much it. There definitely should be more mechanics to it, and I hope, really hope, from what Neil said, that in level 50 bosses are gonna be tougher and it's gonna be harder and not so repetitive as you said. And I really hope the gameplay, the whole bossing thing, is gonna slow down, because you can do with the chance to build example right now, it's possible to do like whole level 30 in like not talking about the commerce, but level 30 city and outskirts, you can do it in less than 2 hours with really good chainsaw build. So I think that's super insane, and we get through so many items through a day. It's thousands and thousands of items through a day, if not a million of items through a day. So I think that's super insane. I think that the pace of the bossing should be definitely slowed down, in my opinion.
I think that in level 50 or even higher levels, when he decides to update that, I think in high end game areas, you should have, how zombies enter the door, like when you're killing the boss.
Yes.
I think other bosses should be able to enter.
Yeah, that should spice it up definitely. Especially one thing I have to add, me, what I like to see is like like we have a big buildings, right? And like what if he could do that we have less small buildings and more big buildings, so it's harder to you just get into the small building and you just go straight to the boss room, so it will take you some time to find the boss room. So I think it will be like more items will have more value, because it will be harder to get to boss, and of course if he's gonna balance it like he said, it's gonna take more time to kill the boss.
Yeah, I think about that, to getting to the bosses too fast. I think the problem with that is the map, because the map, like all the corners of the map, is basically where they're most building. I think you should focus the map on the middle, not on the edges, because then there's always going to be more buildings on the edges than the middle, and so there's a lot of bosses to kill. Just like too many.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We have too many bosses, but if he's gonna balance it that it takes some time to kill the bosses, the pace of killing them should be definitely, we should be getting less items definitely in one day. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is missions. What do you think about missions so far right now?
Missions, too repetitive. Yeah, I think that's basically it. It's too repetitive. It needs to add like other types of missions, like kill a certain boss. Go save someone. Go help this NPC. Like he said, he's gonna add storyline, so maybe something new about missions is coming, and I hope so. But right now, it's just boring. I just can't do missions. Just too boring, too repetitive.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I really have like few words to say. Like, I think if he's gonna do the storyline right, and I think like we should have like missions such as example, all the missions pretty much are not right now are find person, get me blood samples, kill infected, clear the building out of infected, and find items, find the person that are alive. So that's pretty much what we have. I think we should have something like like bring me this item, blah blah blah. Like example, bring me 10 stacks of ammo, bring me 10 stacks of medical items or some item, whatsoever, and then you get some kind of a reward. But like reward example, like you get some item that some craftable part, since he's gonna introduce the crafting system with level 50, like introducing like some new of that we get something like instead of ammo or instead of cash and XP, get some kind of item that we can use for crafting or something like that. Like example, he can do missions like, I don't know, kill some bosses and things like that. So it's not too much repetitive as you say right now.
Yeah, because like for new player missions, it's good to level up, but like when you reach end game, like why would you do missions? It's just for cash, and the XP you get is just for enhancers, which you can just get that as fast or even faster by doing bosses. So I think you should add like really hard missions for end game stuff to spice it up, because I mean by now most players are just max gear, just waiting for the update, and there's nothing to do. So I guess harder missions, better missions would be a good idea.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Definitely, definitely. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is purple zones. What do you think about purple zones so far?
Well, purple zones. I think purple zones should not be every 20 minutes. First of all, I think they should be given by an NPC, not instantly put on the map. Given by an NPC and have a cooldown of 1 or 2 hours at least, because there's way too many people abusing that right now. So I'm not sure if the admin is aware of that, but if he is, he should fix that. 20 minutes is too little time.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There should be some kind of a fixing that thing because people are abusing it and exploiting things. It's insane. I have nothing to add to that, and yeah, I definitely think he should do something about it because otherwise the game is not gonna be going in a good direction. All right, so the next thing is gameplay. What do you think about gameplay so far? What do you think about end game gameplay and and some things like that?
Well, end game gameplay, we're just waiting for the update. There's really nothing for us to do unless maybe looting to get some money ready for the next update. So I hope in level 50 we have like end game stuff that we can do, even though we're max level already and max gear, like competition, like leaderboard statistics, anything that keeps us busy. Because I don't want to be at level 50 like I am right now, just just doing the same thing over and over again. So like something new to do on end game content.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I really hope we're gonna have some kind of a change when it comes to gameplay because it's just pretty much there's very few things you can do. You can either loot, boss, the missions, purple zones, and that's pretty much it what we can do. I definitely agree on that and have nothing to add. So the next thing is like what I like to ask is what would you like to add or change in the game as it is right now?
Well, for end game content, for example, I know a lot of people won't like this, but I would like to see like a high risk, high reward area with PvP always on, um, where you have better chances of getting stuff, but it's also a lot harder than other zones. Um, and that's just one of many things we could add to make the game better or harder for end game.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. In the past I suggested something like that, and I definitely agree on that, and I would like to see that happen. Like, have nothing to add to that. I think that's a great idea. And the last thing uh, that I have to ask is, what message would you like to send to the admin himself, Neil, and players of Death Frontier 2?
Well, I don't know, man. Well, if Neil is listening to this, I hope he doesn't give up on the game, because the game has really good potential. It just needs to be, it just needs to fix the exploits that are happening right now, and improving the game, especially for end game players, but also for new players, because I feel they have a hard time figuring out what to do or how to progress. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. But what message you have to send to the players? Like, do you have
Well, to
anything
the
to tell them?
player, well, I hope we all have a lot of fun with level 50, and I hope it's going to be great, better than it is right now.
I definitely agree. I have nothing to add here. That's pretty much it about this little game talk show, guys. That's what we have to say. I hope you enjoy what you've seen here, guys. Once again, our guest was Neil Wiseman. I'll leave his Discord name down in the description. Wiseman, thank you so much for being our guest. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in another video of Different Tier 2, guys. Wiseman, want to say bye or something else to add up?
Yeah, it was my pleasure, man.
All right, thank you, Wiseman, and everyone. Have a great day, and then we'll see you in another video of Different Tier 2, guys. Peace.